Steven Spielberg presents the 20th anniversary of E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial.
Hello, cinemaholics of the world, and welcome to Shot of Film, a podcast where we dive deep into the abyss of cinema, one movie at a time. Today, we fly our bikes over the moon in order to help our little buddy phone home. It's E.T. the Extra-Terrestrial.
All right. Woo!
We have made it.
We made it again. And who the gosh darn it, aren't we?
I'm Daniel Hudson.
I'm Nora Jones.
I'm Bill Stevenson.
That is not your name. Say it correctly.
I'm Jaron.
There you go.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, so today is the third episode of the podcast. We've officially made it through one whole rotation. Hooray!
Indeed.
And what a movie, you know? After last week's double bill of good movie, bad movie, we decided on a single bill for good movie.
Yeah, it's a classic for a reason.
It was my first time watching it.
Oh yeah, because your thing is choosing stuff you'd never seen before.
Yeah, that is my thing. That's my goal.
That's cool.
Wait, okay, like I know it's on the title, but I feel like we should say the movie. We watched E.T. That's what we watched.
Yes. E.T., the 1982 movie directed by Steven Spielberg. Just getting that out there.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Pretty good. So, hey Nora, since this was your first time watching it through, do you want to do the recap?
Oh, okay.
No, I could hear your tone. That was not the tone of somebody who is eager to recap a movie.
I'm so.
Well, we're not even really doing recaps anymore. It's more like the brief synopsis.
Yeah. If you want, I'll knock it out real fast, Nora.
Wait, no, I got this.
She's got this, everyone.
Everyone stand back.
Wait, I was gonna try to do it the Daniel way.
In a world.
Okay.
No, she means pull up Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how you do this. Like, you have to pick out the right sections at the right time. Okay. So, some aliens land on the Earth. I'm not even going to look at it. X out. We're doing it the Nora way. All messed up and not good. Okay. Some aliens land on Earth. The government chases them. One alien gets left behind. There's this family, and this little boy finds the alien, and trouble ensues from there. The alien's E.T., and somehow they have a connection. E.T. wants to get back home. The government tries to take the alien. The government finds the alien. Boy and alien almost die for no reason because there's a major plot hole in the story, but we'll get there. The alien lives because why not? Even though he had been dead for like an hour, but that's fine. We're just gonna ignore that. And then there's the bike riding scene that's iconic, and they ride away to the ship. The ship comes. That's why he's back alive, because the ship came and it made him happy. I don't know. He's alive now. And there's a dramatic scene, and he flies away. Spoilers, by the way. E.T. goes home. Phone home. That was my shortest sentence ever. Thank you.
You missed a few parts.
Okay, yeah, but that was the general synopsis.
No, I mean like really important stuff, like where they disguise E.T. as a teddy bear, and they're at McDonald's, and there's a big dance number, and Ronald McDonald's there. There's the football team.
Yeah, that product placement. I don't know what Spielberg was thinking. Like maybe they just needed the money.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought you were being serious.
The kid in the wheelchair slides down the hill, and Paul Rudd played it on Conan O'Brien.
Yes, back when he was -3 years old. I don't know how old
Daniel,
Paul
I really
is.
hope you know what I'm talking about, because I know she doesn't.
I know who Conan O'Brien is.
All right, let's get this out of the way. No, I'm going to talk about this later. I don't care. Let's just start the dang discussion.
Right. Okay, so, guys, I had not watched this movie since I was like 7,
Wow.
and there
Wow.
were some things 7-year-old me did not pick up on.
That's exactly what my mom said because I watched it with her and she also had not watched it in a long time.
That seems
Yeah,
to
I
be
think-
par for the course for these like 80s movies.
Yeah, she didn't remember any of that, the stuff happening that did. Like E.T.
was like-
getting drunk. E.T. got drunk and got Elliot drunk.
Well, like, when I was a kid, I didn't even notice that Elliot and E.T. were connected in that way.
Neither did she. That's what she said too. Wow, you should really have a conversation with my mom about this movie.
Nora's mom, come on the podcast.
I mean, she hears it most of the time. I think she's. I don't know what she's doing. She was watching a documentary on Netflix. She might be doing that.
Is it that tiger thing?
No, it was the one where the guy may or may not have killed his wife by pushing her downstairs.
I hope that's the title.
No, I think it's called The Stairs or The Stairwell. Something like
Interesting.
that. Yeah, you should go watch. I watched an episode. That was my promo for Netflix because they obviously need all the promos.
Free advertisement for a
Not
bunch
sponsored.
of nobodies.
Not sponsored.
Right. So, yeah, that was a pretty interesting revelation, though, just to realize, oh, that's what they're doing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remembered like the big things, like the men in hazmat suits invading the house, E.T.'s healing powers, the big phone home moments, the flying bikes. Like those are the images that stick with you from this movie.
Also, that score, the theme. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, crap. That's Back to the Future. That's not my best moment.
I like the part where E.T. hopped on a hoverboard.
Okay,
Great Scott, E.T.
that was not even a bad moment. Last week I said Samuel Jackson was in the old Ocean's 11. You're fine. You're
It's true,
fine.
you did that.
You did do that.
Like, I do that and, like, plus more on a weekly basis. You're fine. Okay, are we gonna get to, like, a general opinion of the movie, like, first, or, like, just, like...
Or are we going to do what
well-
Daniel and I did in our very first episode? That's good. Pretty good. Yeah, it was good.
Well, since Nora just espoused this was her first time, and I talked about my first time, Jaren, can you recall when you first saw E.T.? Was there any big revelations for you?
I was always aware of E.T. as like a pop culture thing when I was a kid. My grandfather collected toys, and he had like a pull string E.T. little figurine, and it would go ooh pull and stuff. So I always knew what E.T. was. I saw the movie the first time when I was like maybe 10 or something, and I liked it. Of course, I knew it was like some sort of classic, and it was nice. I liked it.
I have a confession.
Confess, Nora.
I think I have controversial opinions about E.T.
Ooh.
Spill
okay.
E.T.
The podcast, and I almost burst out laughing when you said it's the Wall-E of classic movies, and I went, "Oh, that explains a lot." Okay, listen.
I mean, there are similarities to Wall-E. Like E.T.'s like head shape is kind of similar to Wall-E's little eye things.
They're both from
The way
outer
his neck can
space.
go up and down.
Yeah. For anyone listening that might not get what I was talking about, I was a hard critic to Wall-E. It's not my favorite.
She named it her least favorite Pixar film.
It shouldn't be the least Pixar film. It does not deserve to be there, but it was
It
just there.
doesn't.
It doesn't. Like, I know it doesn't, but it was just there. I can't
Stand
really
by the
explain
Trash
why.
Baby deserved your bottom spot, and I'm still salty that it didn't get it.
The Good Dinosaur is by far the worst Pixar movie ever. Like,
Well, yeah.
just saying. But anyway, E.T., I liked E.T. It was good. I don't think I was in the mood to watch it when I watched it because I was like chatty during it, and I tend to do that if I'm not super interested in what I'm watching. But normally I'm quiet if I'm interested.
It's a slow movie.
It wasn't even that made me mad. It was the massive plot holes. Oh my gosh. First of all, where did this government at the end, the government literally just pops into their house. You have not seen any of the government members. You do not know who any of them are. You do not even know how they got there, how they knew the alien was there. They do not have a warrant to go in the house, and it is illegal for them to listen in on phone call conversations. Are they even part of the American government to be listening to that without any
boy.
warrants? Where did they come from? And then how did E.T. get sick? He just wandered
Nora,
off.
you sweet summer child. This is the U.S. government we're talking about.
I know, but still, and like,
I like how you say, how did they even know he was there, and then also say they were tapping his phone lines in the same sentence.
okay, yeah, but like, I guess I just wanted to see them in the movie leading up to it. Like, they just popped out of nowhere and barged into their
You
house.
do see them. I mean,
Yeah.
not even just in the
You
opening
see the
scene.
guy's pelvis. That's all you see with his little jingling keychain running in the woods. That's all you see of the government. That's it.
And then
And
you see him later when they're walking towards the town, and he's got that same keychain. Let you
Yeah.
know that it's the person who was chasing E.T.
You see the keychain. That's it. I would like to play man with keychain. I hope on the credits it says man with keychain. I didn't look, but it should have.
I bet they just called him Keychain.
Yeah, keychain.
And also, I
Don't
don't
even give him that dignity.
understand. I don't understand how E.T. got dying sick, deathly sick, dying. What he and why did he run off? They were doing fine. Like, just go back to, like, if the phone call didn't work, go back to the house, reassemble, do it tomorrow. But no, E.T. ran off in the woods, and now he's like dead for some reason. And I thought he could heal people. Why didn't he just heal himself? I don't. And why is E.T. and Elliot connected? Like, how did that happen? I didn't grasp.
So this is a movie that doesn't tell you things; it shows you things.
Yeah, I don't like that. But other than those major plot holes, it was good. I was entertained. I know why it's a classic. There were some very good cinematic moments. All the acting was really good, and I enjoyed all the characters. I'm not gonna lie. For a second, E.T. got on my nerves just because he was kind of screwing up everything, and I wanted him to be more likable. But I still liked E.T. He just took a while to get there, and I just wanted him to already be there. I was like, "Come on, E.T. You got to be."
You can do it. We believe in you.
Yeah. But sorry, that was my rant on E.T. I think I need to watch it again though, because I think if I watch it again, I'll like it more. Because I think I just was not in the mood to watch it, and if I watch it again, I'd like it more. But I did like it. Like, I'd give it a solid
That's a fair assessment.
That was good. It deserves to be a classic. I'd watch it again.
Out of 10.
Yeah, probably like 7.5 on a good day.
I mean, I think I like this movie about as much as you do, but I don't have massive problems with the narrative holding me back.
Yeah, I was really bothered.
So, I mean, again, because this movie is told from the point of view of a child and an alien who doesn't speak English good, it does not tell you like how Elliot and E.T. became connected or how E.T. connected himself to the plant. My main assumption there is that that's just a thing his species can do.
Yeah.
As for why he gets sick and is dying, I think it's strongly suggested that it's because he's not near the other like members of his species.
Mm.
I think at one point, like one of the kids refers to him as like maybe he's a worker bee, and like if they are like a sort of hive colony minded type thing, then being separated from them would be bad.
In the original H.G. Wells novel, The War of the Worlds, the aliens were killed because of like a bacteria only on Earth that aliens were not adapted to. Just throwing that out there.
Well, we're not talking about that Spielberg film.
Oh shoot, I forgot about that. Well, what I'm saying is
Accidentally
there
topical.
could be some kind of human bacteria in the air that I don't know. I'm just spitballing.
I think it is more the connection to his people because once they start coming back, they get the message and the ship is returning is when he feels better.
Yeah. See, I figured that because the whole heart glowing thing, and it happens when they're near him. But I don't know. I guess it was just so sudden. He was fine, and then he was just laying on the ground again.
It is a very sudden moment.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, wait, whoa,
he
whoa.
just kind of
back
unzips
up.
the body bag, just wants to see his friend one more time. E.T.
Yeah.
alive.
It goes from 0 to 100 real fast.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, and then I couldn't help during the doctor scene where they're like pounding on E.T.'s chest and doing all the stuff to keep him alive. I was like, these are grown adults punching a puppet. And
Well, can we
That's true.
talk about the puppet itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Yeah, I think especially
Movies
for
aren't made the way they're used to.
Nope.
Good review, Karen.
The sad old boomer.
This was definitely a film Spielberg was taking lessons he learned from making Jaws and started off showing the puppet as little as possible. That way you couldn't like see the seams. Because the full body shots with E.T. and when he has to do like more complicated stuff, you can tell they're struggling a bit.
There's a poopet.
Yeah, I'm sorry. E.T.'s freaky looking.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, he kind of cute. Like, he's cute some points, but then when he stretches his neck out, like to like 10 feet, I'm like,
Taps into his
okay.
inner giraffe.
I'm like,
It's a giraffe.
oh. He made me think of, what are they? They're the turtles, and their necks go out like that. What kind of turtle is that? You know what I'm talking about?
Turtles.
No. It's like a very specific turtle. I'm gonna look it up. And like their neck specifically stretches out, and that's what E.T. looks like.
I wouldn't be surprised if they took design cues like that when making him.
I mean, Yoda was based on Albert Einstein.
Yoda is a supermodel.
Speaking of Yoda, there's a little kid dressed as Yoda for Halloween because George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were best friends, and E.T. is like home. And in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, you can see in the Senate scene a bunch of E.T. people.
Aww.
That's cute.
Oh, it's literally called the long-necked turtle. It can retract its neck into its shell. I'm going to send the photo to our group chat as we speak. That's not really helpful.
The long-necked turtle.
Yeah.
Good at naming things. It's like calling a movie about an extraterrestrial the extraterrestrial.
What? That's a long-necked turtle, boy.
I mean, E.T. was cute. It's just like...
You know what they say about turtles with long necks? Say, damn, you got a long neck.
Wow, that was really clever.
Right. There's a reference to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Anyway.
In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground.
You ain't never had a friend, never had a friend.
No. We do not reference Aladdin.
I hope you know I still haven't gotten through the first 20 minutes of that.
the live action.
And if someone picks that for our show, I'm going to be very mad.
Oh
Take
my
it for the so
gosh.
bad it's good segment.
Yeah, that would be perfect.
That'd be brutal. Luckily, we don't have to worry about that right now.
Yeah, not for a while.
My
Uh,
my favorite part about ET though was the acting. Those kids were really good.
Yeah,
they were
which is
on
rare.
point.
Have you seen I can't remember the kid's name that plays Elliot, but have you seen his audition tape?
No.
I
It's
have
a
not.
big thing online. Our my former drama teacher and Jaren, you've done multiple plays with her now.
I know who that is.
She showed us a video of this audition because it's part of a method where, not even method, but just like you, it's they tell him in the beginning of the video that okay, so basically the plot of the movie. So you have an animal or alien in your house, and he's your best friend, and I'm coming and I want to take it away, but you have to do everything in your power to stop it. So they start the conversation. He has to, no matter what, protect his alien, no matter what, and use any tactic he can. This kid starts crying like that, like not even in the beginning, but like he's like, we have to take him from you, Elliot. And he just breaks down and he uses all these tactics and he
Ooh.
ends up at the end bargaining to where
That is
he get
something.
ET to come back. And at the end the director goes, okay kid, you got the job, and it's wonderful. You should look up, I think it's Elliot
I want to
ET
see this now.
audition. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
very
Elliot
curious.
ET audition. It's really good. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, all the kids were really, really good. Prime example of child acting.
I
Good
was
child
glad to
acting.
see, because I've never seen the movie, that I was afraid the older brother was just going to kind of be an antagonist to him part of the movie, just because of the opening scene where, you know, typical older
Where they're put
brother
at odds.
on him. But no, I liked that the siblings bonded together and they worked together.
Yeah, they had camaraderie. It was very nice.
Yeah, I liked that a lot.
Well, just looking through some of the things I wanted to say about this movie. So, the one scene that is really, really good at endearing you to E.T. is when he's mimicking Elliot.
Oh, well,
Yeah, just like rubbing his chin, his nose, whatever
Oh.
Elliot does, kind of repeats it.
Yeah.
It's very adorable. See, and also like wordlessly, communicates the bond between the characters. It's just very good.
show don't tell.
Oh, I do have a queen of the movie.
Oh, snap.
Yes,
The little
Gertie.
sister, Gertie,
Knew it.
played by Drew Barrymore, is an absolute queen. She is the best character. All the kids are great, but she stole the show. What a queen. Drew Barrymore.
A solid pick for Queen of the Film.
I think my favorite part is when Elliot walks back in and E.T.'s talking, and she's like, see, I taught him how to talk. I taught him how to do that too. You're welcome. Like,
Yeah.
Lavish me with praise now.
she's so cute too. Really, from like the first scene I saw her, she's mimicking the older brother, but not even in a super annoying way, just in an adorable way. And I was already like, queen. She's a queen. And she just remained a queen the whole movie.
There were also, speaking of the scenes like early on, I had no memory of this because I probably did not pick it up on it as a child. Elliot calls his brother Dick Breath.
Oh yeah.
I was like, damn, that's a hefty insult to put into a children's film coming from the mouth of a child.
Elliot ain't here to play. He's ready to go.
You know,
He's ready to go extraterrestrial.
don't match wits with Elliot. He will stoop down to your level and drag you one lower. Yeah, that was just something early on in the film when I was still getting into the movie's rhythm and all. That just popped up and I was like, "What?" Just kind of
Caught you off guard.
I didn't expect it. I remember this movie being really wholesome, and then dick breath.
No. I was mortified that they were going to kill all the frogs and they were going to make the kids kill them and watch the frogs die.
It's like, yeah, here's the chloroform. I'm gonna
I
drop
could
it
not.
in. Put the lid on real quick.
I could not. I would no.
Have either of you ever dissected anything?
I have.
Yeah, I
didn't
dissected a
like it.
frog in middle school. It
I never
was dead
dissected
beforehand.
anything
I've
because I have a very sensitive
dissected.
stomach.
I've dissected. We have to dissect. I've dissected a worm, a fish, and a pig. And I did not like the pig. We were lucky we didn't get the cats though, because the cats had fur and they had to skin the cats, and it was
The what?
yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I'm glad I only have to do frogs.
Yeah, I hated it. I really, really hated it.
Yeah, the frog liberation scene, very nice. Good corny
Save the
80s
frogs.
He kisses that girl that towers over him, and I was like, "Sweet baby boy, you get her."
So it was implied that E.T. was making him do that, right? Because of what he was
Yes.
watching on TV. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Like, E.T. the wingman.
He
It's like a
made
little
Elliot.
Remy Linguini moment.
He made Elliot drunk.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's the thing that happened in this movie.
Yeah, Elliot got drunk.
I feel like if this was
E.T.
released today, it'd be considered problematic by certain parents groups.
Yeah.
And
because
Twitter, hashtag ET is over party.
Hashtag cancel Steven Spielberg.
And there's like so many K-pop videos, and you scroll the hashtag. Hey Olivia, we love you. We miss you.
Miss you, Olivia.
Oh, miss you, Olivia. I love you so much, Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but E.T. got into the
No.
booze.
He did not hesitate either.
No, the dog barked at him too. Like the dog warned him, and E.T. was like, "Ah," and just went for it.
E.T. was like, smelly water makes me feel good. I'm gonna take more of it.
See, that was the part where E.T. annoyed me because I was like, "You're not helping. You are being a nuisance. You are a guest. Please calm down, sir." I know he doesn't know what he's doing, and he can't really communicate, and he's literally an alien, but I felt as a fictional children's movie that I needed E.T. to not get drunk and, like, clean the house and summon beautiful woodland creatures or something.
I just felt it in my soul that this alien should not get drunk off of this kid's mother's booze.
Yeah, it's only the mom in the house. And yeah.
Yes, that was her alcohol. And I mean, with those kids and that alien, I could understand why she needs it.
The mom kind of got on my nerves, I'm not going to lie, but the acting was great. And I also felt bad for her because her situation was horrible.
Yeah, it was a bad situation for I pretty much only had sympathy for the mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt bad for her. The only time she really got on my nerves was when they tried to, well, they did it first, and I have another topic where people have based a lot of movies off ET, but I think other movies did it better where there's something going on that the parent just doesn't see and it just happens, and I don't know. I
was about to mention.
I was just like, turn around.
I was about to mention the Iron Giant because I know you saw that recently.
Yes.
It takes a lot of cues from this movie.
Yes. But my mom and I were talking about this because once again she's watching with me. How a lot of things have taken inspiration from E.T. Obviously, one of the big things is Stranger Things. Have y'all watched Stranger Things?
Yeah, I know Stranger Things.
That beginning scene where they're playing the game, it's really like the opening scene of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And the whole theme of hiding.
I knew Stranger Things had cribbed from this movie, but the opening scenes with the D&D, and I was like, oh no, Stranger Things just straight ripped it off.
Well, no, because I've heard them say
there's even a kid who looks like Dustin.
Yeah.
I saw the curly-haired, long-haired kid, and I was like, oh, Dustin, hey.
No, they've said they took inspiration from movies like that. Like I remember
Yeah,
there's
yeah, I know.
E.T. and something. I think Back to the Future and something else.
Oh yeah, Back to the Future. We definitely didn't mention that previously on this episode. Also, I'm playing the Final Fantasy VII remake right now. I'm just fighting the final boss again, which is why I can hear my controller.
Mm.
Very
I
glad
did
you have
feel
your
bad for the
undivided
mom.
attention.
I just thought that moment has been executed better in other movies.
I'm really good at multitasking.
Moments like that tend to get on my nerves. I
Me
didn't mind
too.
when E.T. got smacked in the face with the fridge. Yeah, dope moment, pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a case of there's no way she
Indeed.
wouldn't see him
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't
or
think I.
hear him.
Yeah, those kind of things bother me. The only one of the only times where it really doesn't bother me is Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I think it's hilarious how they do that. I think the dad's so stupid
They do it
and
pretty
it's
well
so
in that
funny.
film.
That's one of the best examples of it. And I wish she would have listened to her kids at the end when they were saying he was friendly. I know as a mother that's what you have to do to protect your children, but I was like, just
Oh,
listen
hang
to the
on. We got
children.
text from Olivia.
Uh-oh. Listeners, we may be having a podcast crasher. Get ready.
Oh snap!
While we're seeing about her, I do want to say you were talking about how this movie's kind of slow paced earlier. I
Yeah.
don't think that's true.
Okay. Well, I mean, all right. Compared to today's modern blockbusters.
Even then, okay, so the opening scene is the aliens on Earth collecting plants. That just kind of jumps right in. Like, this movie doesn't even feel the need to show their ship landing. They trust the audience enough to understand what's going on with that opening bit. And I mean, it cycles through a lot of the stuff fairly timely. Like there's no scenes where characters like re-explain information or anything. We're always just able to cut right to the next scene and move on.
Well, maybe this was because I wasn't feeling like watching it, but I did start to rewatch it because I knew I wanted to watch it again just because I wasn't exactly in the mood to watch it the first time and I liked it, but I thought I'd like it more if I watched it again. But the first time I watched it, that opening scene was very slow to me because I was just like, okay, there's aliens, get to the point. It's like we know.
Yeah, the shots are
Get,
and stuff. I don't think this is a slow-paced movie.
Oh, I don't think so either. But I just thought the beginning, the first time I watched it was slow. But then after I figured out all the characters were, and I guess I had an emotional connection to E.T., that little wrinkly, long-necked turtle man. The second time I watched the intro, it all seemed much more fast-paced.
Yeah, you feel bad for him when he gets left behind. They wait as long as they can.
Oh yeah, the second time I watched it, I felt awful because I didn't hear him yelling somehow in the beginning. I think we were like doing something and so the second time I watched it, I was just by myself and I heard E.T. go, ah, and I was like, E.T., dang, and I felt really bad for him. And so yeah, E.T. is cute unless scared. Then he stretches out into a wombat thing. But unprovoked E.T. is adorable, and that's when you feel bad for him.
Yeah. Necky E.T. is a no-go.
It's a no-go. That scene where Elliot shines the flashlight on him and sees him for the first time, I was like, ooh, I would have.
Yeah, suitably horror.
Yeah.
That's more Spielberg taking cues from Jaws because Jaws would have been his biggest movie at the time.
Yeah.
He'd also
Some
done
say it was the first.
But oh, you're saying, Jerry?
Some say it was the first blockbuster.
I believe that.
What year did Jaws come out again? 1978?
No, it was before Star Wars.
Then I guess possibly. It's definitely new rebirth, but I mean, like he had big blockbuster musicals in the decades before that and stuff.
I would say, probably not the first, but one of the biggest.
All right, the first summer blockbuster.
The first of the biggest. Then the first biggest one. I don't know. The first most recognizable one. That made more sense. That made sense in my head. I don't know if it made sense to you.
Spielberg is one of the best filmmakers of all time. He has done so many different genres, different moods.
Yeah, if we're moving to the subject of Spielberg, I do have a confession. I like a lot of Steven Spielberg movies. I have never loved one.
Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, I can kind of agree.
Yeah, I have
And
another.
Okay. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I said.
I like Raiders.
I love Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Raiders is a very good movie. And granted, I haven't seen all of his films, so I mean, maybe there's something waiting in the wings. Maybe I'll fall in love with Empire of the Sun or something. But
Or Ready Player One.
spoke too soon.
He directed that?
Yeah,
He
that's
did.
so weird to think about.
Daniel, I have a confession that might make you feel better.
Go for it, Nora.
Well, as you probably saw from an example I just did about 10 seconds ago, I didn't know anything he directed. Like, I know the movies and I knew his name, but I just didn't know he directed these things at all whatsoever. I also thought he had already passed, and but I also thought he was like 20. I don't know. I did not know. I don't know what he looks like.
It's a lot of weird conceptions to have.
Yeah, I really had no idea. And I just knew he was a famous person, and I didn't know he directed these things.
No, Spielberg hasn't passed. There is a bit of sad news in that, though. I don't know if you guys heard, but the cinematographer for E.T. Passed away just a few days ago.
Oh.
Alan Davio, I think is how you say his name. Very sad news just for the cinema world in general. He's really, really good.
Yeah, the cinematography was one of the best things of E.T.
I love the way
There's the
night
iconic shot.
and light is photographed in this film.
That's why it's a classic, is because of the cinematography from this film. The scenes are iconic.
Yeah, the images and the sound, just perfect harmony there. The world is a little bit darker without Alan Davio. Now that we got that little bit of sadness out of our system, E.T. got drunk. No.
We've already discussed that.
I know. I needed something to get us out of the mood.
I thought, the big scene where they touch their fingers, and I thought it was much bigger than what it was. I also swear I've seen it another way. I thought
it's been parodied.
I thought there was a direct shot where I am doing it right now. Like, I'm demonstrating for it right now. No one can see me, and I didn't realize I was doing it until I was mid through my sentence. But anyway, I'm going to keep demonstrating. I thought that they were going to have an exact finger touch moment where you saw it was like a straight frame, and I thought there was like a little bit of electric shock, and they jumped back. But it wasn't that at all. It was at this upward angle that was beautiful. And he just like lightly touched his finger, and that was all. And I was like,
I think I know the shot you're talking about. I feel like a lot of movies have used that fingertip shot.
yeah.
But they didn't get it from this movie.
Dang. Well, I don't know what I'm thinking of then. It was still good. I assumed that's how he and Elliot got connected, because everything connected wise happened after.
Yeah,
that.
but that happens after. So
Doesn't it? I thought it happened before.
it was a bit late into the movie. This was after the frog scene. This was after the drunk.
See, I was thinking.
Yeah, because he's learned how to talk at this point, at least
That's
somewhat.
right.
Because he says
Sorry.
"ouch."
My bad. Oh well. But
I
yeah.
remember the healing stuff being earlier in the film too. I was surprised when it came up around like the midpoint.
Mhm. Yeah. And yeah. That was basically all I was saying. It was still a great scene. It just wasn't as I thought it was. And I did not know E.T. had healing powers. I didn't know E.T. had any powers. I just thought he was an alien.
Yeah, it turns out he can heal you. He can lift your bike up in the air.
Can move stuff. Oh well,
And
that's
psychic link himself to a plant, which is dope.
He can connect feelings to another human. He is a very powerful little creature. I can see maybe why the government was started to listen in their phone lines.
Yeah, and that one guy who really loves aliens.
And keychains.
Yeah, his two passions in life: keychains and aliens, in that order.
Yes.
Just talking to Elliot. Ever since I was 10, I knew they were out there, and ever since I was 9, I've had a keychain.
The keychain leads the way. Guys, I think we should go this way. No! We pull the keys.
Pulls out his keychain. Light goes on. This way.
It has like a little magnet on it that like points. It's like a compass.
It's got a compass. It's got a pocket knife. He's just got the best
like,
keychains in the world.
Instead of like north, south, east, west, it has little alien faces on it. And it points to the alien.
The reason he wants to get on the alien spaceship, he's hoping they have their own types of keychains that they'll trade with him.
Yeah, he knows they have more advanced technology. Except the thing is, he doesn't take the keychain off his belt. He just lets his pelvis lead him.
Or he takes off his pants.
Yeah, and the pants just run.
And the pants just move like they do in Onward.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's where they got the idea of Onward, is from this man.
No, we sound drunk.
No, this is logic. Wow.
E.T. logic, everybody.
You know, I think my second queen of the movie
is the keychain.
Yeah, my honorable mention is not the man, but his keychain.
Just his keychain.
Oh wait, I forgot. I had an actual honorable mention while I was watching the movie. It was the guy the pizza delivery guy that stays in his car and doesn't even deliver the pizza and just takes the money from the small child and drives off. He is also a queen.
He's fed up with this pandemic bullshit, is what he is.
He's ready. He was 6 feet apart, ready to go.
Spielberg preparing us for social distancing all the way back in the 80s.
Yeah, they were predicting it. They do.
He is a far-seeing seer into the future. One day I will
A visionary.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One is our future.
Oh dear. If Ready Player One is our future, just shoot me now.
Isn't Ready Player One that movie with like Margot Robbie and that brunette kid?
Kind of losing you a bit. Are you?
Hello?
Hello? Hi?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, hey, Jaron.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're talking to Jaron.
You were cutting off a bit there.
Oh, I said if Ready Player One is our future, shoot me. But I'm more inclined to say if Ready Player One is our future, stab me with a lightsaber, shoot me with a Star Trek phaser, run me over the DeLorean, throw me out into space from the TARDIS. Why won't women date me?
And I have the iron.
Oh, I'm looking it up. This is that movie that Jaron described to me that I shouldn't watch.
It's the movie that I saw in the theater by myself, and there was like 3 other people, and it was one of the saddest experiences of my life.
Is this the one?
It's one heck of a.
It's like a game show or something?
It's inside like a VR world.
Yeah, this is the one you told me about.
Nora, just understand you'll be happier if you don't know anything else.
That's what y'all said last time. Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's talk about a good movie.
away from 80s nostalgia movies and back to nostalgia. Hey, that's a transition.
What? I didn't hear you. Your transition got messed up.
I said let's get away from 80s nostalgia movies back to the nostalgic movies from the 80s.
You kind of cut off again, but I think I heard.
Maybe connections are just bad right now, but
It could be.
we can finish it up. All right, so Spielberg is also a really good director of action.
Oh, absolutely.
And
The bike
and
chase.
the chase scene where the two hazmat suit guys are just kind of stuck in the part of the tunnel behind the car. That was good fun. That's the kind of goofy action I want from my 80s movies.
Absolutely.
The ending, just the whole last 20 minutes, was what I thought the strongest part of the movie. It was all good, but it had a very good ending.
Yeah,
It
all
ramped
comes
up really
together.
well.
Yeah. It did not end flat or anything. It kept building up, and then the goodbye was really bittersweet and sad, and little turtleneck alien flew off into the sky, and
He offers for Elliot to come with him, and Spielberg didn't do the same thing he did in Close Encounters, which is probably for the best.
Yeah, I don't think they would have approved of Elliot going to live in space.
Well, Nora, small spoiler for Close Encounter of the Third Kind, but the guy in that one, there's another alien ship, and they let one human come with them, and the guy does take the opportunity.
I've never heard of Close Encounters.
It's one of Spielberg's first.
Considering you didn't know who Steven Spielberg was until a few minutes ago, that does not surprise me.
Well, no, I
Oof.
knew who he was once my mom explained to me because we were watching E.T. and she said Steven Spielberg, and I said, oh, that famous director man, what has he done? And she said everything. So
He has done a little bit of everything. Fair is fair. But
I keep forgetting what I was going to say.
Close Encounters, it's another sci-fi alien movie. It actually came out a few years before E.T. So in some ways, E.T. is kind of Spielberg's follow-up to that movie.
Well, that's fun.
Like a spiritual sequel.
In many ways, like I said, that scene of choosing whether or not you go with the aliens, it does feel like Spielberg has said now that he's a dad, he would not have ended Close Encounters of the Third Kind the same way. So I think E.T. might have been his response to his past self.
Wait, the dad leaves?
Yes.
Oh.
The dad leaves.
Oh.
Yeah, if you're not on board for that kind of ending, then Close Encounters will probably not do it for you. But that's what happens.
That kind of sucks. And the kids are just like, bye. And
No, they don't even get to see him off.
why does he go with the aliens?
Because the whole movie is about like his gradual descent into obsession about aliens because he saw a UFO.
Oh. Well, then that makes sense.
It makes sense, but if you're not cool with Dad's leaving, then it's not the movie for you.
Ooh.
It's like, bye, son. I'm gonna go get milk.
Oh.
Leaves with aliens.
That's what happened to my dad.
Oh no.
No, my dad's like literally in the other room.
Hi, Jaren's dad. All right. So, I've hit most of the bullet points I wanted to get for this movie. Glad I watched it again, since there was a lot of stuff that kid me hadn't picked up.
I think I've said my piece.
Yeah, I really can't get over the child actors. I don't think I gave enough credit to the older brother. I don't remember
Kyle, I want to say.
I think so too. I really only remember like Elliot, E.T. I had to look up the other characters' names, but he was really good. I thought he was very supportive and kind of helped
Yeah,
carry
no,
the movie
he
along.
he kind of feels like once he comes around to the fact that there is an alien, he kind of felt more like a Barley character.
Yeah, I
Yeah, that's a
really
good way of
liked
putting
his
it.
character. He did a really good job of carrying that part and being a good role model in a way to Elliot. But yeah, like Barley, go watch
Yeah.
Onward, people.
Yeah, they're all just good characters. Gotta love it when you treat your characters like people.
Yeah.
You
wish
need
more movies
to.
did that.
Everyone needs to go watch Elliot ET audition. It's amazing.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
gonna
gonna do that
win
once we
Oscar,
finish up.
Emmy, Grammy, all the awards. I know he didn't sing, but he deserves.
Get an Oscar for your audition tape. That's like the ultimate power move.
Yes. Yes. He deserved it all. And the
Okay.
movie was beautiful to look at throughout.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. We
Alan
discussed
Davio, rest in peace. You did amazing work.
That's my evaluation on ET.
Okay. So since we've kind of wrapped up, I think it's time to move on to the themes.
that's right.
Before we reveal to the audience what the theme and movie will be, I forgot to announce the new themes that we have decided upon. We're introducing to the pot.
I decided on. Oh wait. Oh, I thought you were talking about next week. I didn't decide on these. I don't know who decided on these.
Well, no. We were just talking about more themes we wanted to add to our
Yes.
big list.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about the theme for next week. Just kidding.
Yep. And I've also added a few other ones in there, just in case. I'm just going to go through them now. Broadway Baby for
Indeed.
musicals.
Oh, I did actually decide on that one.
Best of the West for westerns. Story of My Life for biopics. And then two that I've just kind of thrown in there. Cops and Robbers for cop and or crime movies. I thought that was an underserved genre we hadn't really touched on. And What's Up, Doc for documentaries. I don't know if we'll ever do them, but it's fair to include them. All right.
For the cop movies, I think we should obviously do the best cop movie there is, which is Paul Blart Mall Cop.
No.
What?
Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
Also a good movie. I stand by it.
What did you say? You cut out.
Also a good movie. Paul Blart Mall Cop is a
Oh
queen.
boy.
I love Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay.
I dare you to say Paul Blart 5 times fast.
Paul Blart.
I said it faster.
Okay. Well, now that we've gotten all that out of the way, since Nora picked this film, it was her turn to pick the theme. Nora, what theme did you pick?
I picked Animaniacs.
Oh boy.
And for everybody listening, that's animated films.
Any
From
animated
the country, anytime. Just has to be animated. And I would say predominantly animated. Like if there's a few scenes of live action, like the Lego Movie or something, it still
Like
counts as
Avatar.
an animated movie. Well, Avatar was like motion captured, and
I know. I'm making a joke.
it's a weird one. But I don't think Avatar would count as
No, it
animated.
wouldn't. I was being needlessly a jerk.
Wow.
Oh. Man, being a jerk to Avatar, how could you?
Punching up.
See, I haven't seen that movie either. I almost picked it.
That's
for
the
us to watch.
best movie James Cameron has released in the past 2 decades.
Okay, well, it was between.
Laughs tastefully.
Anyway.
It was between E.T., Avatar, Jurassic Park, because I hadn't watched.
Ooh, I love Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park is also a Spielberg movie.
Haven't watched it.
I'm glad you chose E.T., but
Yeah.
Me too.
So it's
now
my
it's
turn to
Darren's
pick,
turn
right?
to pick. So, Jaren, let us
All
know.
right. After much deliberation, this took me a while to decide upon, since I was informed that this is the category I was going to choose from. I was this close to suggesting a film that I've also considered for another genre on the list. We'll get there another day. But for right now, I'm going with my guts. I'm going with the movie I had referenced in previous episodes. We're going Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse.
Yes!
All right.
Yes! That is literally why.
I know. I know.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it.
It's on Netflix.
I know. I have
All right. All right.
If I'm being honest, I can watch it tonight and we can record tomorrow. I don't care. I really am excited about this one.
Let's do it.
I'm okay for that fast turnaround.
Yeah.
I'll stagger the release date.
Let me finish my history test and I will watch it.
All right, cool. Yeah,
Okay.
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. That's it.
Well,
Yay!
audience, you heard it here first. Check back in a week or so for Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse discourse. And yeah, I think that about wraps up the episode. Do we have any final thoughts for E.T.? Anything you guys want to leave on?
Sing us out.
Oh, me? Oh, yeah. That's my job. I forgot. Okay. E.T. is a movie about a turtleneck alien that comes to Earth that meets a crying little boy who does an Oscar-winning performance, and he has cool siblings, and they get drunk because E.T. apparently likes booze, but it's okay because he has a glowing heart, and he heals people. And Drew Barrymore is in this movie, and she's a queen, and so are the keychains. Thank you.
Good night.
I'm sorry, when you said turtleneck aliens, I just started picturing E.T. wearing a turtleneck.
Because why not, you know?
And it was the most ugly but cute thing ever. Good night, everybody.